Everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Betrayal in Blue, Bad Cops Who Crossed the Lines. Yeah, I messed it up this week. I'm out here in my cigar room. It's outside. Hopefully we're not going to be disturbed by there's people cutting the grass and things like that. So let's move along because it is a little warm out here. I don't have air conditioning out in the cigar room. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Everybody keeps writing me, tell people to hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when a new video goes up instead of just subscribing and checking back every now and then. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comments, leave some comments for future Q&As, things like that. I have Q&A today after the first story. Our first story is a little disturbing. This goes back to 2017. It's a 6-year veteran from Harris County, Texas. He committed some crimes. We've talked about some of these crimes in the past. It doesn't really have anything to do with him being a cop. I mean, this guy is just a disturbed individual. So let's get into it. His name is Andrew Sustaita, and he was arrested for bestiality and child porn, possession of child porn, and producing child porn. The way they found this guy, they found disturbing, obscene images on a Harris County computer. It's a government computer. That's where he worked, Harris County, Texas. Probably inside the precinct. It doesn't say it was inside the precinct, but it says it was found on a Harris County computer. They started an investigation. It led back to Deputy Sustaita, and they went to his computer, and they found out he posted on a known child porn website. There's apparently like a message board there, a message system, and he was posting photos and comments and things like that. They pulled a raid on his house, they pulled his laptop, and they found over 200 videos, 200 photos and videos. So it wasn't 200 videos, 200 in total between photos and videos. And one was a video of him engaging in sex with a small dog. This dude is a little disturbed. Again, it has nothing to do with him being a cop. He just happened to be a cop. A year later, 2018, he did plead guilty. They slammed him. I mean, when I say slammed, he got more time than some murderers. He got hit with 240 months in the federal system and 87 months in the state system, for a total of 327 months, because it's running consecutively, not concurrent. Consecutively means back to back. Concurrent means you serve both sentences at the same time. So that comes out to 27 years and 3 months. Andrew Sestada is going away, and they don't treat, first of all, they don't treat cops well, obviously, in prison, but definitely not child porn guys. He's going to have some hard time ahead of him. So this happened back in 2018. I'm going to put up a little news video for you guys. You can watch that.
Well, this morning, a former Harris County deputy is due in federal court as a defendant.
Andrew Sustaita Jr. is accused of releasing obscene material online and possessing child porn. Channel 2's Sophia Ojeda live outside the federal courthouse this morning. Sophia?
Yeah, good morning, guys. 30-year-old Andrew Sustaita Jr. now facing production of child pornography, in addition to those 3 counts of possession of child porn and felony obscenity charge. Officials say they found all that material on his laptop after they searched his home. Now, this is where he's expected here later this morning here in downtown Houston. That is the entrance where he's expected to be walked into. Now, Sustaita Jr. was charged with possessing child porn and having sexual contact with a dog last month. Officials say they went to his home and found on his laptop more than 200 images and videos of child pornography showing children as young as 4 years old. The 6-year Harris County Sheriff's Deputy veteran is also accused of producing obscene material online, including child pornography. Now, again, back out here live, this entrance here is where he's expected to be brought into federal court later this morning. Now, again, Sustaita, who was a Harris County Sheriff's Deputy for 6 years, he was terminated as soon as he was arrested. He's now facing production of child pornography, 3 counts of possession of child porn, and felony obscenity. He is due in court around 9 o'clock this morning. We'll be here and bring you the very latest on this story as soon as we get it. Live downtown, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
That's the one story. I didn't want to get too deep into too many stories. I have 2 other ones, but like I said, it's hot out here, man. I'm not going to go too long. You guys want the shorter videos too. The one Q&A I'm going to do is came in as were you guys, meaning myself and my ex-partner, ever caught with money by internal affairs? We weren't caught, but we came close 2 times. One time is the first time. The first time is just, as everybody know, my partner's brazen. He's just goes out and I don't know if he just does things without thinking at the time, or he just doesn't care. I think it's a little of both. We were not working together at this time for this particular tour. I don't know why. The sergeant needed a driver. Her regular driver was a female sergeant. Her regular driver was out, and we got along very well. I know she liked me. She broke up myself and my partner for the day, had me drive her around, and my partner was working with someone else. I don't recall who he was working with. So the day was going on, normal day. I'm just doing chauffeur duties for the sergeant, and she's doing her regular duties. I'm driving her to different foot posts so she could check on the foot posts, and she scratches their memo book to, cover her own ass, and she checked up on them, and they're not doing anything wrong at the moment. They're okay, safety wise. I get a 1085, no emergency. 1085 is when you're calling for assistance from other officers. So my partner calls 1085, but no emergency. So he asks for our location. I tell him what our location is. He shows up. He knows I'm driving a sergeant. Doesn't care, man. He's brazen, whatever. That's him. He's out of control. Comes to me and comes to the driver's side window of the RMP, and what's up? He says hello to the boss, hands me a fucking envelope right in front of the boss, hands me an envelope. I'm like, I almost don't know what to say. So to cover, I go, oh, is this the invitation to that party from Joe? Because I know this Mr. Joe owed us money. Mr. Joe was a guy who owned a bodega on Blake Avenue. And he was in the midst of being kicked out of his bodega by the city, was taking over properties so they could revitalize the neighborhood. They were doing eminent domain on his property. So he had a thriving bodega, making tons of money, and they only offered him $35,000 for the bodega. And this is 1987. So it was worth well more than that. So at this time, we're getting our payoffs from Adam as well. We knew Adam was looking for a new spot, and we figured we could hook up Adam with Mr. Joe. They could come to an agreement, and Adam could rent Mr. Joe's bodega for a certain amount of money. And then, when the city comes along on that eminent domain, he'll get $35,000 also. Because eminent domain, you have no choice. They're taking your property, and whatever they offer, that's what you get. So the city was fucking him over. So we hooked the two of them up. Adam rents the store for $60,000. So Joe's ahead of the game, 60,000. Let's Adam take over the store. And Adam sets it up for his drug sales. He not just the stores, the whole building. So he takes up the apartment upstairs, sets up a whole drop situation, builds like an air duct inside the wall, or drops down to the bodega in the back, and people go in with their money to purchase the drug sales in the store. They let them know the upstairs that the amount to be dropped down through the chute. The amount gets dropped down through the chute. It comes out from the back room. So the drugs were never kept in the store where the drug dealers are coming to make their purchases. After that, they pulley the money back up to the third floor or the second floor, which is wherever they had the actual chute coming in the apartment. It was like a dumbwaiter system, but they built it into the system, into the store in the apartment above. So Mr. Joe, as a thank you, gave us money, and he happened to give it to us the day that I was not riding with my partner. So he gives it to my partner to give to me. So he could have waited to the end of the day. I don't know why he felt the need to call us over and give it to me in front of the boss. She never said nothing. I don't really think, I wouldn't say she was oblivious to everything, but I don't realize if she really knew what was going on. She obviously didn't, because otherwise she probably would have said something. Maybe he's saying, is this the invitation to the party? Covered it up enough? I don't know. Or maybe she just didn't want to be involved. Maybe she was just ignoring the whole situation or whatever. We got away with it. I stuck the envelope inside my memo book. I was like, what the fuck, man? So at the end of the day, we had a little talk. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why couldn't you give it to me yesterday? At the end of the day, I don't even know. He said, he's like, she don't know nothing, whatever he said. Don't worry about it. That's usually what he told me. So that was one time we could have been busted with cash. The second time, or we were in the heyday of making our money with Adam, our 8,000 cash a week, and this is in Barron's new shop on Crescent and Atlantic. So it had been going on for a while. It was on meal hour. Meal hour, you're supposed to either go back to the precinct, take your meal up in the lounge, or you have to go to an authorized meal location, which is usually a restaurant that doesn't serve alcohol. No one really follow these rules too much. Certainly, and you would have to call into Central to let them know where you're taking your meal location, whether back at the house or, a restaurant. Authorized meal location certainly wasn't Barron's shop. We went to Barron's shop for our meal location. I didn't put it out over the air. I call up Central by the landline. And any time I wanted to hide something, I call up over the landline. That way, it was probably recorded, but at least it wasn't going out over the air, and the boss really didn't know where we were or what we were doing. So I put us out 63 was going to meal. Put us out 63 over the landline. Probably told her we were back at the house, and we went to Barron's, knowing that it was payday from Adam. So we go in there with a couple of sandwiches, bring a sandwich to Barron, and I don't recall if we had beer or not. Possibly, we drink it all the time. So we go in there. We're sitting in his office, and Barron, his payday, was just dropped off to Barron. And then Barron hands it to us. That way we're not being seen with a known drug dealer, AKA Adam Diaz. So we get our money. We spend the whole meal hour there. And partner shows the money down his crotch. And we go out to the car, drive away, and then we split it up. Outside the entire meal hour was the ICO, Integrity Control Officer, with a 7-5 precinct. We parked on a side street on Crescent, and we put the art, because it is just one lane going each way. You really can't park on the street. Cop car. We parked it on a sidewalk. So he was either following us that day, or he happened to be just cruising around the neighborhood and saw our RMP on the sidewalk. And now This shows you how fucked up this guy is as the ICO. He could have called up Central to find out exactly why we were on the sidewalk, what we were doing. He doesn't. He could have just came in and fucking caught us in there drinking beer and fucking cash out on the table. He could have approached us when we walked out of the shop and into the R&P with the cash down my partner's pants. He doesn't. The next day, he calls us into his office and wants to know, this is what he wants to know. He wants to know why the R&P was parked on the sidewalk during a meal location, during an unauthorized meal location, and we didn't have our hats on. That was his big one. Why didn't we have our hats on? We just, we know the owner of the shop. We just stopped in to say hello while we were on. Try to keep it very straightforward. You make up a bigger lie, then you can't remember it. So he goes, and he called us in separately. We both told the same story. And next day we get a CD. CD is a command discipline. We lost 4 hours, 4 hours vacation time each. Big deal. We just made 8,000 cash. So the CD was for unauthorized meal location and not having our hats on. Okay. Thank you, boss. You really got us. Unauthorized meal location, no hat. 4 hours lost time, traded for 8,000 cash. I think we'll take that trade any day. Good job, boss. So those are 2 times we almost got caught with money. All right. Hope you liked today's video. Please like the video, comment down below, put some comments, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys on the next video.